Hello everyone, I have two phones on my hand. On my left is the Oppo Find X8 Ultra and on my right is the Oppo Find X9 Pro. So I have been using this phone for the last 4 months and I have switched my SIM card over to this phone which I'm using as the main phone for the last 5 days. Let's see which phone is better.
Hi, before we dive into the comparison, I just wanted to share with you why I am doing this. It has always been my wish to be a tech reviewer. I do not have any budget to keep buying new phones, so this is just a one-time review, just to see how it is done and how it feels like to make such a tech review video. I must say that it definitely requires a lot of time and budget. Kudos to those who do this on an everyday basis. I do not have a proper studio setup and my room is way too messy and ugly, as you can see here. So I will need to sell off one of my phones after this review. Stay tuned to the end to see which phone I am selling. Also a big disclaimer, as you can already tell, I am not a professional tech reviewer. I do not have any equipment to properly test the phone, so all the comparisons I made in this video is based on my personal use and my personal feeling after using the phone as a general user. So it is highly subjective. You can of course make your own judgment based on what you see here. So let's get started. Holding the phones, you can feel that the overall size of the X9 Pro is smaller and slimmer, but the weight feels the same. This is confirmed by the dimensions of the phones as seen here. From the dimensions, X9 Pro is indeed shorter, narrower and also thinner. Weight is however quite similar. I was expecting the X9 Pro to wobble when placed on the table, as the camera bump wasn't symmetrical. To my surprise, it did not, and is even more stable than the X8 Ultra. Both phones can go up to very bright. On paper, X9 Pro peaks at 3600 nits, whereas X8 Ultra peaks at 2500 nits, but I can't really tell the difference here. X8 Ultra also has a higher pixel density, but I can't tell with my naked eyes. Note that X8 Ultra has a matte screen protector on, so it probably affected the readability of it too. It was a super hot and bright day and it is quite difficult to read from the screens. The screen of X9 Pro looks brighter here, but it could be due to the matte protector on X8 Ultra. However, later in the day, the screen of X9 Pro is a lot brighter than that of the X8 Ultra. It seems that the Ultra dimmed the screen rather quickly. Both phones are supposed to dim to 1 nits at darkness, but somehow it still looks quite bright here. Not sure if I need to enable any settings.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. On we'll go, finding life along the way. Melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. On we'll go, finding life along the way. Melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest.
I find the sound on the X8 Ultra to be fuller and richer and has more bass. For the X9 Pro, it sounds brighter. Loudness wise, they sound pretty much the same, maybe the X9 Pro a little bit louder. The sound from both phones do not crack at 100% volume. As for Bluetooth, when I tested with my Bose open earbuds, the sound quality from the Ultra is substantively better. On checking the Bluetooth codec, the Ultra uses the Snapdragon aptX adaptive, whereas the X9 Pro uses AAC, which is of a lower quality. So it is probably highly dependent on the earbuds you are using and the codec that it supports. However, when I test with my CMF Buds 2 Pro, both uses LDAC, but the quality of the sound from the Ultra still sound better to me, though not substantively better than the Bose open earbuds. I am not able to test it objectively as I am not an audiophile. I'm just telling it how it feels like listening to the songs and hence very subjective. I won't go through the camera specifications. You can simply pause the screen and read it yourself. In this picture, the dynamic range for X9 Pro seems to be better. Details are about the same. There is no beauty mode activated, so the pics looks horrifying, real and unflattering. I would normally not post such pics on social media, but I'm doing it just for review purposes. In this pic, the sun is behind me. The dynamic range is still as good. In this pic, both of us look sharp, but the color on X9 Pro looks more natural and real. The Ultra somehow makes the skin looks a bit overexposed and shiny. This is in portrait mode. Notice the difference in the amount of bokeh. The Ultra applied some smoothening to the skin which looks better, though not very real, but I preferred it. The Ultra also has some errors in the cutout at my left ear. The X9 Pro's cutout is perfect.
Sun is behind me. How's the dynamic range? Okay, now I'm going to jog. My Pro seems clearer for some reasons. Okay, turning around. Sun behind me. How does it look?
I find that the X9 Pro has slightly better dynamic range and a little bit better details. Stabilization and audio, they are quite similar. Note that only the X9 Pro can switch to the back camera while recording. X8 Ultra cannot do that. Overall, I find the front camera of X9 Pro to be better. The color shift in the X9 Pro is obvious. There is a magenta tint to the picture. Zooming in, the details on X9 Pro is better. The magenta tint on the X9 Pro is still there. Details wise, X9 Pro is still superior. We'll give the win here to X9 Pro, as the color can be adjusted but details loss cannot be created. The X8 Ultra colors is generally warmer and higher contrast. X9 Pro is cooler. Upon zooming in, X9 Pro is sharper, but I'm not sure whether that's due to processing. In this pic, the magenta tint in X9 Pro is still there. Details are similar though. Here, the X8 Ultra has warmer colors. X9 Pro looks closer to real. The details are similar. Again, the Ultra is warmer, the Pro is cooler. Both pictures here are almost identical, same color. The X9 Pro looks a little bit sharper, but also more digital looking. The Ultra looks more natural. So in summary, the X8 Ultra picture tends to be warmer and X9 Pro cooler, sometimes with magenta tint. The X9 Pro appears sharper but probably due to over sharpening. The X8 Ultra looks more natural to me. X8 Ultra has better details. Look at the pattern on the taxi sign. It is gone in X9 Pro. The X8 Ultra colors is also more accurate here. Zooming in, the Ultra is slightly sharper. Check out the details on the statue. In this pic, the color of X9 Pro is more accurate. The Ultra is too warm. I also tested the shutter speed of both the phones as the van is moving, and in this picture it is at the same position. The details are similar upon cropping in. Over here, the details are similar as well, just that the Ultra has warmer colors. This time, the X9 Pro has higher contrast, but the X8 Ultra has more accurate colors. And X9 Pro has better details as well. In this picture, the details are similar. The Pro has higher contrast. Moving on to 6x zoom, the details and the colors are very similar. In this pic, the X9 Pro still has this digital look. Look at the patterns on the white bricks. The X8 Ultra looks more natural. On this pic, the faces are more natural looking on the X8 Ultra. The X9 Pro face looks fake. Similarly, the X8 Ultra has better details and also more natural looking. The X9 Pro is very digital looking. This time, the X9 Pro has more details, but also look a bit over sharpened. Moving to 10x zoom, the X8 Ultra looks more natural here. The X9 Pro looks very digital. The trend continues. The X8 Ultra has better details and more natural looking. Both the pictures looks almost identical here. Now at 30x zoom, both pictures looks quite similar, except that the Ultra is more natural looking. In this set of pictures, the Ultra has a little bit more details. And finally at 100x zoom, there's really no point zooming this far because both pictures looks really bad. So in conclusion, when the light is good, the X8 Ultra still performs better in zoom pics. It has more accurate colors and better details. It is also more natural looking, and I am not a big fan of the over-processed look in X9 Pro. X9 Pro tends to have color shifts as well. For portrait, the X8 Ultra has a stronger background blur. The cutoff from both phones were good. The skin tone of the Ultra is smoother and nicer. The X9 Pro seems harsh and very detailed. The Pro might just be a little bit closer to reality, but the Ultra looks nicer and more natural. In this pic, the background blur of the leaves is more natural in X9 Pro. In X8 Ultra, the blurring of the leaves is very abrupt. For this picture of the bonsai and the next picture of the crane, they are very similar. The difference here is that the Ultra has more background blur and the Pro has more contrast. So in conclusion, the X9 Pro is more detailed in portrait shots, and the X8 Ultra is warmer and has more pleasing skin tone on the face. For the background blur, the Ultra is generally stronger and less natural. I guess it all boils down to preference. For face, I prefer the Ultra, and everything else I prefer the Pro. Both phones can make use of its 3x telephoto lens to take macro shots. Here, both can focus at about the same distance, producing similar results. The colors from the Ultra is too saturated. The colors from Pro is more accurate. This time, the Pro can go a little bit nearer and looks more natural. For this pic, the Pro is sharper and can focus nearer. It is also more consistent in capturing the focus. Both pictures looks very similar over here. When taking macro shots, there is a natural blur and a full clarity mode. This set of pictures were taken using the ultra-wide camera. They look very similar. Same for the picture of this shuttlecock. So in summary, for tele-macro shots, the X9 Pro is a bit clearer and can go nearer. I managed to lock the focus on the X9 Pro quicker, and for the X8 Ultra, I usually have to take a few more shots. For ultra-wide macro, both performs the same. Let's go. Harder.
Three times.
Three times 6, 10, maximum 18. The Ultra can zoom up to 30 times. The Pro only max out at 18 times. I would say the video performance of both phones are very similar. The only difference is in the color, so it's entirely based on your preference. The X9 Pro has auto night mode for the front camera. The Ultra doesn't have. When the night mode is turned off, the X9 Pro overexposes some part. When the night mode is turned on, it works well. In both occasions, the Ultra has slightly better details. For the main cam, both picture looks almost identical, except that the X9 Pro has turned the blue papa signs white on the right. On zooming in, the X9 Pro is sharper and has more details, whereas the Ultra has more noise but looks more natural. Which version do you prefer? In this second pic, the color of the Popeye signs got reversed. The details when zoom in are similar. For the 3x zoom, the X8 Ultra is sharper and has more details. Initially, I thought I accidentally switched the pics around, and I had to double check which is the Ultra, which is the Pro. Let's take a look at another pic. In this set of pics, the results is the same. The Ultra is sharper and has more details. In this set of pics, the pictures look similar, but when you zoom in, you see that the Ultra is still sharper. The Pro has less details and more smudging. I took a 200 megapixel pic for the 9 Pro. The details did not improve. This is 6x zoom. When zoom in, the Ultra has better details than the Pro. Check out the sign and the faces of the people. You see the same results here. Look at the words on the hairdryer. The Ultra is very readable, whereas the Pro is very overprocessed. Moving to 10x zoom, the X8 Ultra is sharper and also has more details. Check out the words caution on the glass. You are going to see similar results here. And here as well. For night shots ultra wide, we have identical results here for the ultra wide cam. When the night mode is turned off, the X8 Ultra lights are more controlled. When the night modes are turned on, both camera produces well-controlled lights. For the main camera, the X9 Pro has better control of the lights and is also a little bit warmer. In this pair of pictures, both phones produce almost identical results. Over here, the details on the X8 Ultra is slightly better. See the C-Pass sign at the gate. There is almost no difference between these two pictures. Also, I cannot spot any differences between auto night mode, manual night mode, so I will keep all the pictures at auto night mode for both phones. Moving to 3x zooms, all the pictures that I've took, they are almost identical. At 6x zoom, the differences begin to show. When cropped in, the Ultra is more natural whereas the Pro is over-sharpened. See the return tray words. Here, the X8 Ultra again has better details. See the unit numbers. For 10x zooms, the results is the same. The Ultra has better details. Using the 200 megapixel mode on the X9 Pro might improve the details, but it is still less detailed than X8 Ultra. At 30 times, the X8 Ultra still has better details. And lastly, a moonshot for completeness. So in summary, for low lights or night shots, the ultra wide and the main cam produce very similar results, but for telephoto lenses, the X8 Ultra is still superior. The X8 Ultra seems to control the lights better here. Generally, the video performance of both phones are very similar. It is really difficult to declare a winner here. So let's conclude. For the front camera, I will give the slight win to the X9 Pro. And for the ultra wide, also a slight win to the X9 Pro. For the main camera, they are very similar. It really depends on the preference of style. X9 Pro is slightly sharper but with a more processed look, so I will give it a tie for both of them. For portrait, it is really down to personal preference again, but I prefer the looks of X8 Ultra and the background of X9 Pro, so a tie for both of them. As for the daytime zoom, the X8 Ultra has more details and more natural. X9 Pro has this over-processed look and not really more detail even though it looks sharper at times, so I give this a win to the X8 Ultra. As for macro photography, it's a slight win for X9 Pro for the more reliable and the slightly nearer focus. As for indoor or night shots, the front and the main camera produces very similar results. For the zoom 3 times and above, the X8 Ultra has more details and more natural looking. The X9 Pro is too heavy on processing, so I give it a win for the X8 Ultra. Lastly, for videos, they are both very similar in quality and stabilization, so it's a tie for me. Overall, I feel that the telephoto lenses are better on the X8 Ultra. The other lenses are quite similar and really depends on your preference. I think both cameras are very capable, and even if one is better, it is only very slightly better and not noticeable, unless you pixel peep and compare them side by side. But if I were to choose a winner, I will give it to the X8 Ultra. On paper, the X9 Pro has 7500 mAh and the X8 Ultra has 6100 mAh, so the X9 Pro should trump the X8 Ultra. From my own usage, I do find the X9 Pro to last longer than my X8 Ultra, but not by a big gap. As I only used my 9 Pro for less than a week, the battery life will probably improve once it has learned and adapted to my usage. On the day I took both the phones out for camera testing, I also took the chance to compare the battery life of both phones. I was using the X9 Pro as my main phone with my main SIM, and also put my spare SIM into the X8 Ultra, so both phones were on 4G and Wi-Fi. I also ensured that both phones were updated to their latest firmware. The battery health on both phones were also 100%. I started the day at 9 AM with both phones charged to 100%. This is how the battery goes.
Okay. Battery check for Find X8 Ultra. Right now is 2 PM and 7 minutes, and the battery left is 75%. Okay, battery check for Oppo Find X9 Pro. 2:08 PM and the battery left is 81%. Okay, and now battery check. We have 69% on the X9 Pro and 61% on the X8 Ultra.
As for the charging speed, I did not test them, but they seem similar using my 25-watt charger, with the X9 Pro a little bit slower. This is to be expected as the X9 Pro has a larger battery and also a slower charging speed overall. The X8 Ultra is on the Chinese ColorOS 15, whereas the X9 Pro is on the global ColorOS 16. Somehow I still feel that the overall X8 Ultra is more fluid and responsive than the X9 Pro. The X9 Pro still feels a little bit jittery at times when scrolling. However, the X8 Ultra OS has its own quirks. For example, the Brino or Xiaobu is mostly available in Chinese, and many times when I try to use the AI functions, it will give me the network error. Also, the translation language is more limited. The destination language is only in Chinese. Initially, I still had notification delays despite making all the necessary settings. It was only resolved after I have removed some packages using the ADB debugger. There is no eSIM support, and it doesn't support Android OS watches. For X9 Pro, everything works out of the box. There is no tinkering on the notifications. It has eSIM support and can pair with Android OS watches. The AI features such as the AI Mindspace are much more useful locally, as it is integrated with Google Gemini and there is no more network error. The haptics feels better on the X8 Ultra. It is better and it is also tighter. On the X9 Pro, it feels more hollow and it was immediately felt when I turned on the phone for the first time. It is not bad and is still better than the ones used in the Vivo X200 Pro or the X100 Ultra. But compared to the X8 Ultra, it is not as good. Somehow it made the X9 Pro feels less premium compared to the X8 Ultra. As for performance and benchmark, I am not a gamer and I do not know how to test this, so please refer to the other reviewers on this. As to which phones I will keep, it is a very difficult choice to make. For X8 Ultra, I feel it is more premium due to the better haptics, better sound, more fluid OS, and a slightly better camera. If you ask me based on gut feel which phone I prefer, I would choose the X8 Ultra. However, I will probably keep the X9 Pro just because of its Global ROM and hence better usability for me. And also the 2 years warranty gives me the peace of mind. The camera is not as good as the Ultra, but on its own, it is already a very good performer if you do not compare. As it is still a very new phone, I hope that future firmware updates will improve the camera performance. Do let me know in the comments below which phone is better and which phone you prefer. Thank you for watching.